When Deku is born at the hospital, Inko gives birth to a bright young boy and names him Izuku. She takes him home to the hospital. And yeah, Deku is a very active child. He's really hyper because he likes to talk a lot. He likes to train also for no reason. He does like simple things like lift weights and walk laps. He really puts his determination into it. Well, yeah, he puts effort into it. And Inko thinks maybe if he has a quirk, he could be a great, shining, bright hero. But on Izuku's 4th birthday, he is taken to the quirk doctor, and he is diagnosed with no quirk, which shatters Izuku's hopes. But little does he know, he has Saiyan DNA, because he is the reincarnation of Goku. He has Goku's personality traits, his strength, but well, it's like he still has to slowly get it like Goku does. And he'll have different techniques. Okay, so Deku has basically this. He's stronger than Bakugo in the kindergarten because he lifts weights. He doesn't have muscle. No, he's still skinny, but like he's still stronger than Bakugo. So you fast forward a couple years into the last day of middle school for Deku, and he isn't bullied here. He is quirkless, but like the other kids don't want to mess with him because they know he trains. But Bakugo, he still pesters him in a way. He still does his thing. Like Izuku wants to be a hero and go to UA, and Bakugo does the same thing with why not take a swan dive off the roof? And that really hurts Deku. So, okay guys, sorry for the interruption. My ma came over. And, okay, so Deku is getting bullied. Bakugo does his spiel, and Deku is still very sad. So, after that, he's walking home. He still does his shortcut because he's sad from Bakugo bullying him. And the sludge villain appears. But Deku doesn't have ki yet because he doesn't know it. No one has taught him. But as I was saying, so as the sludge villain is about to pounce onto Deku, Deku fires a small ki blast, and this burns the sludge villain because Deku still has the ki of Goku, and that's very strong with ultra instinct. But he's not gonna get close to that, I don't think, because he doesn't have Whis, he doesn't have Grand Kai, he doesn't have North Kai, doesn't have any. So, when he quote-unquote burns the sludge villain, All Might arrives, and he throws the fist, but Deku blocks it. Well, he throws the air punch, and Deku guards against the air, and All Might sees that the sludge villain is on the burned up, and he assumes this was his attack, and he says, "Are you all right, young man? Sorry if that hurt you a little." And Deku says, No, I'm fine, but I was the one who defeated the sludge villain. And All Might is impressed, I thought I did that, because All Might is the number one hero. He would expect for him to have done that. kind of damage. So he is fascinated with Izuku. So that interaction ends, and when Izuku is walking home, Bakugo gets attacked by the sludge villain. Because while All Might was going back, so, yeah, the same thing happens. The bottle still goes out because he wasn't watching it. And the same thing happens, so, like, Izuku sees him, but he starts firing rapid ki blasts. He doesn't know how he's doing this, but it's like his, like, emergency button. So he just keeps shooting ki blasts, and it burns the sludge villain off of Bakugo. And Bakugo, like, shoots explosions at the sludge villain, and then explosions away into the crowd. And the heroes are trying to check if he's okay, but then All Might buffs up and throws a punch at the sludge villain. And, well, the sludge villain's already burned up and on the ground, so it just launches the sludge villain. And All Might gets the credit because Izuku, All Might's there. They're just gonna ignore the kid that rescued Bakugo, of course. So that happens, but All Might is really considering training Deku for one for all. And I'm gonna say he doesn't in this because I don't want him to be too overpowered. Just like the last What If with All for All. So, next thing that happens is Deku, fast forward all the way to the UA entrance exam. Okay. And he still trips because, think about it, this is the UA entrance exam. And Izuku, he is still, like, bright and shining. So, I'm gonna say he doesn't trip. But he still does meet Uraraka because she accidentally uses her quirk on him because she thought he was gonna fall. He was going to fall. And they, like, greet each other and then go on with the exam. Izuku does a lot worse on the written exam. He barely passes it with studying still because he's very, like, he's more so brawn than brains, but, well, yeah, that's because he's very smart in battling, not so smart in the other things. But with Izuku's smarts with that, he also is a little smarter. So, onto the robot part. And Deku gets to the starting line, and President Mike says, "Go, go." There's no, like, that spill and stuff. And, he goes in, and now he's masked. He knows how to fire ki blasts at will. So, with the training, with the 10 months, that's what he did over the 10 months, by the way. And he starts shooting rapid fire ki blasts, and he gets a lot of points from this. Near the end, he's at 80 villain points from shooting all the ki blasts. And when he sees Uraraka, he jumps up and fires a massive ki blast. Like, let's say the size of a final flash. And he does a final flash and does that at the giant robot, the 0-pointer, and saves Uraraka and gets those points. And then the exam ends. So, sorry guys, I don't usually talk this much in part 1. As you can tell by the other part 1, that was 6 minutes. So, we continue it off. Deku gets into UA. That he really wanted to. So, his mom runs into his room and shows him the letter. And Izuku gets the letter and closes his door. And he gets the message from All Might. and he's really happy. And by the way, guys, one for all goes to Mirio, because he still saw Mirio as a stronger and more promising and safe, and a safer choice than Deku. Yeah, because Deku didn't have a quirk. Well, in the real story, Deku tagged along with All Might on his leg, and All Might probably felt a little sad for Deku. And Deku was quirkless, and he still went to help Bakugo, but in All Might's eyes, he still has a quirk. Deku, he just assumes it's a power. He knows it's not a quirk because of what the quirk doctor said. So, let's say in the first day of UA, he meets everyone. Aizawa says 8 seconds too long for talk. If you're here to make friends, just leave. And yeah, that's it. And then they go out for the physical exam. Izuku is really good at it with all the training he's done. I'd say he would get top 3 with the strength guys doing better only because they have strength enhancing quirks. So Deku does great on that. But on the ball throw, he does he'd do great. What am I talking about? He throws it 900 meters. Farther than Bakugo. Maybe farther than his anime counterpart. And, he does amazing. Izuku does great on all the other exams. And Deku gets 4th. Momo still gets 1st because she has an all-around good quirk. It's really balanced. So, everything's the same after that with all the quirk. Oh yeah, I almost skipped that part. So, on All Might's teaching lesson, Deku and Uraraka still get on the same team. Deku's costume is just like the gi that Goku wears. Let me pull up the screenshot. Okay, guys, here is the screenshot. So this is what Deku's hero costume looks like, and Walf in the battle. At the start of the battle, the villains with Bakugo and Ida. Ida and Bakugo still have the same strategy, with Ida defending and Bakugo with the assault. And same strategy with, different strategy with Uraraka and Deku. Deku thinks they should attack Bakugo together because he's probably going to use an assault. And Ida might come in, is what they're thinking, but he doesn't. So, when they enter the building, Bakugo runs at them, and Deku and Uraraka dodge out of the way from his giant explosion. And Deku throws a giant ki wave at Bakugo, and this throws him to the ground. And he's quite hurt from this. So Uraraka jumps at the opportunity and touches him with her float quirk. And they capture Bakugo very easily. But right as he's being captured, he uses his gauntlet, and it really hurts Uraraka because it was point blank. So Uraraka's knocked out. She's unconscious. She's not out of the competition. She can still wake up, but she is unconscious. So then Bakugo fires the other gauntlet at Deku, and Deku counters with a ki blast, and it overpowers the explosion and knocks out Bakugo. And Bakugo gets captured, and Deku tries to help up Uraraka, but she's unconscious from the gauntlet. So Deku goes all the way to Ida and gets the bomb because he just fired key blasts at Ida's legs, and eventually one hit, and Ida fell into the wall, and then Deku quickly grabbed the bomb. I'm not forgetting that. And that's it for that. All the matches go the same. But Todoroki is interested in fighting Deku at the sports festival. And we fast forward all the way to the U.S.J. And when they enter the U.S.J, All Might is still not there. And the LOV appear, League of Villains. So Aizawa, as usual, goes down there and starts defeating villains, and all the students are petrified with fear as Kirigiri goes and to attack 13 and the others. And Deku tries shooting Ki Blast at Kirigiri, but it just does nothing. Like, there's smoke off of him, but like that doesn't do nothing. And Deku fires a giant Ki Blast at Kirigiri. Kirigiri uses a portal, and it fires right back at Deku. And it hits Deku, which nearly knocks him out. And then Kirigiri does the portal thing. And it sends Deku into the sky above the water. And Deku, in desperation and hoping not to fall, right before the guy with the shark from the anime, Deku is floating. He doesn't understand, but he just sits there in the air, not understanding what's happening, but he is flying. So he fires a giant key ball at the water, and it evaporates the water. So he rescues Mineta and Sue, and they get back onto the land, where Aizawa was getting destroyed by the Nomu. And right before the Nomu Shigaraki goes to touch Sue, and Deku is about to fire a final flash point blank into his face, but he fires it at the Nomu, and the Nomu gets sent back a little and knocks down Shigaraki. So he orders Nomu to kill Deku, and right before then, All Might arrives, and Deku is saved. And the Nomu goes to attack All Might, and they do their thing. And that's where we'll be leaving it off. I hope you guys enjoy the short part ones. We'll be doing it to where part 1 is always short, and the other parts are whatever I want it to be. See, this is Good Boy Halo, signing off. Goodbye, everyone.
It's blue like the Atlantic, and I'm going down like the Titanic.